70 kilometers from Mexico City, a volcano has been erupting for 21 years straight. Not dormant, not sleeping, erupting. Every single day it releases ash and gas into the sky. Every week explosions shake the ground. Every month, lava dome collapses, send pyroclastic flows racing down its slopes. And 25 million people live close enough to be in danger if it gets worse. This is Popocatépetl. The Aztecs called it Smoking Mountain. The Mexican people call it Don Goyo, and it's one of the most carefully watched volcanoes on Earth. Hey everyone, welcome back to Static and Soil. Today we're covering a volcano that most people outside Mexico have never heard of, but absolutely should know about. Because Popocatépetl isn't like Kilauea or Mount Mayon, where we're tracking new eruptions. This volcano has been in a continuous state of eruption since the year 2005. 21 years of non-stop activity. And it sits right next to one of the largest metropolitan areas in the world. Let me tell you why this volcano matters, what it's doing right now, and why scientists are watching it so carefully. First, you need to understand where Popocatépetl is and why its location makes it so dangerous. Popocatépetl rises 5,426 meters above sea level. That's 17 to 802 feet. It's the second highest volcano in North America, right after Pico de Orizaba. It's located in central Mexico, about 70 kilometers southeast of Mexico City. That's about 43 miles. Less than an hour's drive in good traffic. Mexico City proper has a population of about 9 million people. The greater metropolitan area? Over 21 million. Add in the surrounding cities like Puebla, Tlaxcala, and smaller communities, and you're looking at about 25 million people living within potential range of this volcano's hazards. 25 million. That's more people than in all of Australia. That's roughly the population of Texas, all of them living in the shadow of an active, erupting volcano. Now let me tell you what Popocatépetl is actually doing right now, because the activity never stops. The volcano is currently at Yellow Alert Phase 2. That's Level 4 on Mexico's 7-level alert scale. It means significant volcanic activity with potential for explosive eruptions. It's not the highest level. It's not evacuation time. But it's serious. It means watch carefully, be prepared, don't get complacent. The current eruption phase has been continuous since January 2005. That's 21 years of sustained volcanic activity. Think about that. If you were born when this eruption started, you'd be old enough to drink in most countries now. What does this activity look like on a daily basis? Let me break it down. Every day, scientists record 13 to 60 long-period earthquakes. These are seismic events caused by magma and gas moving through the volcano's plumbing system. They also record 0 to 110 minutes of volcanic tremor. That's sustained vibration like a low-frequency hum caused by fluid movement underground. And almost every day, the volcano emits gas and steam. Sometimes it's minor, just a plume rising from the crater. Sometimes it includes ash, and those ash plumes can rise as high as 6.7 kilometers above sea level. That's over 22,000 feet. That's commercial airline cruising altitude. When ash gets that high, it becomes an aviation hazard. The Volcanic Ash Advisory Center in Washington tracks these plumes and issues warnings to aircraft. Volcanic ash can stall jet engines. It can sandblast windshields. Planes have to route around it. So this isn't just a local problem. When Popocatépetl has a significant explosive event, it affects air travel across Mexico and potentially beyond. Let me explain what's happening inside the volcano, because understanding the mechanism helps you understand the risk. Inside the summit crater, there's a lava dome. Think of it like a plug of solidified lava sitting on top of the magma conduit. Fresh magma rises from deep underground, pushing up against this plug. As more magma accumulates, pressure builds. The dome grows, bit by bit, expanding upward and outward. Eventually, the dome becomes unstable. Either it gets too large and part of it collapses, or an explosion from below blows it apart. When that happens, you get pyroclastic flows, superheated avalanches of gas, ash, and rock fragments that race down the volcano's slopes at hundreds of kilometers per hour. This is the pattern at Popocatépetl. Dome growth, dome collapse, explosion, repeat. Over and over, year after year for 2 decades. The alert level hasn't changed significantly in years because the volcano has settled into this pattern. It's dangerous, but it's predictable. Scientists know what to look for. They know the warning signs. But here's the thing about volcanoes. Patterns can change. What's been steady for 20 years could shift suddenly. That's why they watch it so carefully. Let me tell you about the cultural significance of this volcano, because Don Goyo is more than just a mountain to the Mexican people. Popocatépetl is an Aztec name. Popoca means smoking, Tepetl means mountain. Smoking mountain. The Aztecs knew this volcano was active long before the Spanish arrived. There's a legend about Popocatépetl and a nearby volcano, Iztaccíhuatl. The story goes that Popocatépetl was a warrior who fell in love with Iztaccíhuatl, a princess. When he went to war, her father told her he had died. She died of grief. When Popocatépetl returned and found her dead, he carried her body to the mountains and knelt beside her, holding a smoking torch. The gods took pity and transformed them both into mountains. Iztaccíhuatl, the sleeping woman, lies dormant. Popocatépetl, the grieving warrior, still smokes and weeps with fire. It's a beautiful story, and it reflects the deep connection the Mexican people have with this volcano. It's part of their identity, their history, their mythology. That's why they call it Don Goyo, a term of respect and affection. It's not just a volcano, it's a presence, a character, part of the family. But make no mistake, Don Goyo is dangerous. Now let me tell you about Popocatépetl's history. Because this volcano has a track record. Records of activity date back to the 14th century. The Aztecs documented eruptions in their codices. Spanish colonizers wrote about it. We have centuries of observations. 3 major Plinian eruptions have occurred since the mid-Holocene, the most recent around 800 CE. Plinian eruptions are the big ones. Massive columns of ash and pumice ejected tens of kilometers into the atmosphere. Pyroclastic flows racing down all sides of the volcano. These are civilization-ending events for anyone nearby. The eruption around 800 CE buried entire settlements under meters of volcanic debris. Archaeological sites near the volcano show clear evidence of catastrophic destruction. More recently, in the 20th century, there were several eruptive periods: 1919-1922, 1923-1927, 1933, 1942-1943, 1947, and then a long quiet period. From 1947 to 1994, Popocatépetl was quiet. Not dormant. Scientists knew it was still active, but not erupting. People got comfortable. Communities expanded. Mexico City grew massively. And then in December 1994, after 47 years of silence, Don Goyo woke up. The reawakening in 1994 was significant. Explosions sent ash over nearby towns. Evacuations were ordered. People panicked. Nobody alive had experienced an active Popocatépetl before. Since then, the volcano has had periods of increased and decreased activity, but it never fully went back to sleep. And in 2005, it transitioned into the current phase of continuous eruption. So when people ask, is Popocatépetl dangerous? The answer is yes, absolutely. It has killed people in the past. It has destroyed communities, and it could do so again. Let me talk about the monitoring system, because Mexico has invested heavily in watching this volcano. CENAPRED, the National Center for Disaster Prevention, runs a sophisticated monitoring network around Popocatépetl. They have seismometers detecting every earthquake and tremor. They have tilt meters measuring ground deformation. They have gas sensors tracking sulfur dioxide and carbon dioxide emissions. They have webcams providing live views of the crater. They have thermal cameras detecting heat changes. Here's what the alert level system looks like, because it's important to understand where we are. Green means normal background activity. The volcano is active, but nothing unusual. Yellow phase 1 means increased activity. More frequent exhalations, more seismicity. Watch carefully. Yellow phase 2 is where we are now. Intermediate to high activity. Explosive eruptions are possible. Stay 12 kilometers away from the crater. Yellow phase 3 means activity is increasing further. Significant explosive eruptions are likely. Orange means imminent eruption risk. Evacuations may begin. Red means evacuate now. A major eruption is occurring or about to occur. We've been at yellow phase 2 for a long time. The volcano is active enough to be dangerous, but not escalating toward a major eruption. It's this uncomfortable middle ground where you can't relax, but you also can't evacuate 25 million people. And for them living near Don Goyo, it matters every single day. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there.